right, how are you all doing? Good. All right, today we're going to be reading a book and filling out a KWL chart, which is a reading strategy. Have any of you ever heard of a KWL chart?
No.
No. Okay. So a KWL chart is where before we even read, I'm going to figure out what do you already know about the topic we're going to be reading about. That's what the K stands for. The W stands for what do you want to learn. So what do you want to learn about the topic we're going to talk about? And then after we read, we will fill out the L category, which is what did you learn? And the hope is going to be that what you learned will answer some of the questions about what you wanted to learn. Okay? So, what is something that you already know about baseball and Sammy Sosa? Shout it out. Yeah.
He played on the Cubs.
Okay. He played on the Cubs. What else do we know about baseball or Sammy Sosa?
Nothing.
Nothing?
That he played for a lot of years.
Okay. Played for a long time. What do we know about baseball?
There's 3 strikes, so you're out.
Okay, 3 strikes. Does anyone have
We
the...
use baseball.
Okay, you use a baseball and what else?
There's bases.
Baseball and bases. Good. Okay. What is something that you want to know about Sammy Sosa, right? Because that's what our book is going to be about. What's something you want to know?
What position he played?
Okay, what was his position, right? Because we know there are a lot of positions. So what was his position? What else? What else do we want to know about him?
What was his batting average?
Okay, batting average, right? That's important.
How much money he made?
Ooh, his salary, batting average,
How good he was?
salary, success. Is it okay if I just write success for that one? All right, I think that's a good start for us. So we are going to read this book, and our goal is that we're going to find out these answers. So the title of the book is called Sammy Sosa, and if you flip to the first page, do you want to start reading the first page, and then we'll just each take a page? Does that sound good? All right.
In June 1998, home run fell like rain from the Chicago Cubs. Sammy Sosa. I've seen a lot of him in this game, but I've never seen anything like this.
Teammate.
Teammate Mark Grace said in the first 21 days of June, Sosa hit 17 home runs. With 9 days left in the month, he had already broke the winning home run record, held by Babe Ruth, Bob Johnson, and Roger Maris, and
Pedro Guerrero. Mm-hmm. Sammy.
Sammy had 20 home runs. That was 2 more than had ever been hit in a single month. In
Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball,
Mm-hmm.
then
Detroit Tigers. Good. So that whole page is talking about his home runs, right? So Sammy Sosa was a great player, and he hit home runs 61 and 62, right? So that's a ton of home runs for a season. Good. Page 5.
Sammy's home run downpour was more than a baseball burst.
It was the beginning of a remarkable summer for Sammy. He challenged the St. Louis Cardinals. Mark
McGuire.
McGuire was both attempted to break Roger Maris' record of 61 home runs in a season, set in 1961. Sammy was an unlikely competitor for the home run record. In the past, he had swung a bat at bad pitches and struck out almost as often as he got a hit, but he had worked hard during the off-season to improve his swing and was relaxed and patient at the plate. This is like a sample, Sammy said, and to show the people what kind of person I am, to show the people I am there and I'm willing to be there for them.
Okay. Let's go to page 8 where we're going to read From the Ring to the Diamond.
From the ring to the diamond. When Sammy was 14, his brother suggested he try playing organized baseball. Sammy was already into sports and was a hockey, but his mother didn't quite see him get it. He told me it's nothing. His mother, Lucia, said, I told him, my son, for a mother, it's a lot. So Sammy turned from the ring to the diamond. He and his brother practiced in sugarcane fields. Real baseball equipment was scarce. Sammy batted with a tree branch, used a roll-up saw for a baseball, and turned a real pen into a glove. He played whenever he could.
So if you look at the picture, right, on page 9, what position did he play? Because that's going to answer one of our questions, right? Sammy Sosa, what was he? Right, so he catches the ball, right? He played center field, right? So that's a really important position. Good. So we're going to go to the next chapter, right? The chase heats up, okay? So Sammy, ready? Awesome. So we can see on the following page, right? So it says Sosa shattered Roger Maris's record of 61 home runs in a single season by smashing 66. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. So the Dominican hero, Sammy Sosa's from the Dominican Republic and played on the Cubs, right? So I'll read this one. Sammy's hitting had a lot to do with the Cubs making the playoffs in 1998. I have a job to do, and I want to contribute in every way to get Chicago into the playoffs and the World Series, Sammy said. It's not just home runs. Although McGuire got most of the attention in America during the home run chase, Sammy was the hero in his native country. He is the man in the United States. I am the man in the Dominican Republic, Sammy said. We are very proud of his performance, said Franklin Maribel, sports editor of Santo Domingo's Hoy newspaper. When a guy like him makes it, it's very important for our country. So on the bottom, there's a picture from the Dominican Republic Sports Ministry of Florida Marlins Jesus Sanchez and Sammy Sosa because they were so successful in baseball, right? Hitting 60 home runs in a season was a very big deal. So if you flip to the next page, all the information about Sammy Sosa that we read about in the book. So he was born in 1968 and was 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. He played right field and center field, right, which we learned about in the book. He had many honors: Player of the Week, Player of the Month, Player of the Year, MVP, All-Stars. Right? And if you look at the chronologically, just like chronology, just like we read about, he was born in the Dominican Republic. And then he played for a lot of different teams. He played for the Texas Rangers and then started on the White Sox and then moved to the Cubs. And he was on the Cubs for many seasons. And he actually retired in, I think in the early 2000s, right? It says 1998 was his last year of Major League home runs. So we just learned a lot about Sammy Sosa and baseball. So let's see what we can figure out. So what did we learn? Did we learn what position he played?
Yeah.
What was it?
Right field and center field.
Right field and center field. Good. So right field / center field.
He's a righty.
Good. So he hits the ball righty. Good. So he hits right and bats right. And that's important for baseball, right? Bats right. And did we find out what his batting average was? No.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
What is it?
His last season on the Cubs, he batted .308.
66. But last season was a 308. Good. Good memory. Did we find out how much he made? No, but we can probably assume it was a lot, right? Okay. Was he successful? Yes, right. Where was he recognized for his success? In the Dominican Republic, right? Very good. So does this help you figure out what you used to know? Some questions about what we were hoping to learn and then what we really did learn? Yeah? All right. Well, thank you all for helping me out today. We'll stop the recording.